Mana, how are you doing? Moko mana. Nabe subirinyo bose moko mana. In neko mana. My name is Masaka Kidawida Tiki, and I am a linguist professionally. Welcome to another episode of Ishome Kidawida. This is where we explore, learn, and speak Kidawida. If it is your first time here, karibu sana, feel at home. And if you're returning to this platform, thank you so much. Chapcha Nandigi, Chapcha for supporting Ishome Kidawida, and Chapcha for embracing Ishome Kidawida. As you can see from the title of this video, on today's episode, we are going to learn about demonstrative pronouns in Kidawida. We previously talked about possessive pronouns, so on this episode, we are going to talk about demonstrative pronouns. And when we talk about demonstrative pronouns, we are talking about words that are used to identify either a noun or nouns that are near or far in terms of distance and time. In English, when we talk about demonstrative pronouns, we divide them into two: nouns that are near and nouns that are far. And these are the demonstrative pronouns in English. We have this, these, that, and those. This is used to talk about singular nouns that are near to the speaker, and the plural of it is these. This is used to talk about nouns that are near to the speaker in plural form. And then we have that. That is used to talk about a singular noun that is far from the speaker. And finally, we have those. Those is used to talk about plural nouns that are far from the speaker. That is in English. In Kiswahili and Kidawida, it's a little bit different. When it comes to those two languages, we look at the demonstrative pronouns in three categories. We have nouns that are near, we have nouns that are far, and we have nouns that are very far. So let me give you an example using Kiswahili so that you can clearly understand what I'm talking about. Let's say we are talking about a book in Kiswahili. We will say hiki kitabu. That will mean the book is near to the speaker. And then when we say hicho kitabu, we mean that the book is far from the speaker. And then if the book is very far from the speaker, we will say kile kitabu. And that is in singular form. When we go to the plural form, we will say hivi vitabu. That is for the books that are near. And then if they are far, we say hivo vitabu. And if they are very far, we say vile vitabu. So that is what I am referring to when I say that demonstrative pronouns in Kiswahili and in Kidawida are divided into three parts. Now, demonstrative pronouns are called vivumishi, viashiria in Kiswahili, and they are based on the different noun classes that we have in both languages, that is Kiswahili and Kidawida. Noun classes are called ngeli, and I did an episode on the noun classes in Kidawida. So if you have not watched that episode, kindly go back and watch it, because it will be very helpful for you to understand today's episode. Now let's look at the demonstrative pronouns in Kidawida. And by doing so, we are going to look at examples from each noun class. And we are starting with the first noun class, which is the noun class wa, va. So in the noun class wa, va, we will take an example of the word mwana, and in plural, vana. So mwana and vana refers to a baby and babies in Kidawida. So if you want to talk a baby that is near to the speaker, you will say umwana. If the baby is far from the speaker, you will say uo mwana. And if they are very far from the speaker, you will say uja mwana. And that is for my dialect. For the other dialect, they say uja mwana. So we have umwana near, uomwana far, ujamwana or ujamwana, which is very far, and that is in singular. When you talk about the plural of the same noun, we will say aba bana, which means these children. When they are far, we say abo bana, which means those children. And when they are very far, we will say abaje or abaje bana. In English, it's the same. It is still these. So we have umwana, uomwana, ujamwana. In plural, ababana, abobana, abaje bana. Let's look at the other noun class in Kidawida, the noun class yara. And for this noun class, we are going to use an example of ngondi. Ngondi refers to sheep. So when the sheep is near to the speaker, we will say ingondi. Far from the speaker, iyo ngondi. Very far, ija ngondi. Ingondi, iyo ngondi, ija ngondi. That is in singular. In plural, it will be iri ngondi, iro ngondi, irija ngondi. Let's look at the next noun class, which is the noun class chava. And for this one, we are using the example of the word kifumbi. In plural, vifumbi. So kifumbi refers to a chair. We want to talk a chair that is near. We will say ichi kifumbi. If it is far, we say icho kifumbi. And if it is very far, we say ichija kifumbi. That is in singular. In plural, it will be ivi vifumbi. And then ivo vifumbi. And very far, ivija vifumbi. I believe that you're getting the pattern of what I'm talking about. Let's look at the next noun class, the noun class ja-ga. And for this noun class, we are going to use an example of the word ikaji. And the other dialects say ikaji. In plural, makaji. So if the ikaji refers to a potato, makaji, potatoes. So in singular, we will say iji or iji, ikaji. And then ijo, ikaji. And then very far, ijija, ikaji. That is in singular. In plural, it will be aga makaji. Fa, ago, makaji. Very far, agaje, makaji. Iji ikaji, ijo ikaji, ijija, ikaji. In singular. In plural, aga makaji, ago makaji, agaje, makaji. Let's look at the next noun class. The next noun class is the noun class ga. And on this one, we are using the word machi. In singular, it's the same, and in plural, it's the same. So if you're talking about water, machi is water. You will say aga machi, ago machi, agaje machi. In Kiswahili, haya maji, hayo maji, na yale maji. It remains the same in singular and plural because the word is the same in singular and in plural form. Let's look at the next noun class. The next noun class is the noun class ya. Similar to the previous noun class gaga, the example we are using here is sukari, and sukari is the same in singular and in plural. So we will say isukari if it is near. If it is far, iyo sukari. If it is far, very far, we say ija sukari. Isukari, iyo sukari, ija sukari. That is to mean when the sugar is near, when it is far, and when it is very far. The next noun class is luara. And for this one, we are using the noun luau. Lwao refers to a foot. And the plural form is chwau, which is feet. So if you want to talk about foot that is near, you will say ulu lwao, and then ulo lwao, and very far uluja lwao. Ulu lwao, right here. Ulo lwao, far. Uluja lwao, very far. That is in singular. In plural, we will say iri chwau, and then iro chwau, and then irija chwau. Let's now look at the final noun class in Kidawida. We have the noun class wa, wa. And for this one, we are using the example of the noun munyu. Munyu refers to salt, just like the previous ones, that is machi and sukari. This one also remains the same because munyu is the same in singular and in plural. So this is how we are going to say the demonstrative pronouns. We will say ugu munyu, that is near, and then ugo munyu, and then uguja munyu. Ugu munyu, ugo munyu, uguja munyu. I believe that you have been able to learn a lot of Kidawida today. In case you have any question pertaining what I've talked about today, feel free to reach out to my inbox, or you can come to the comment section and ask the question. I will get back to you, and also the other Taita speakers will help me respond to you. I believe that you have been able to learn something and that your knowledge is becoming better and better in Kidawida with the episodes that we are learning here at Nishome Kidawida. That is what I had prepared for today's episode. I believe that you are enjoying these lessons with me because I am really enjoying these lessons with you. It is always my greatest pleasure and joy to be bringing you these wonderful episodes of Nishome Kidawida. Let's continue to embrace Kidawida. Let's continue to learn Kidawida together. And remember, we are still selling our merchandise. We are selling our round necks, our hoodies, and our polo t-shirts. So if you're interested in getting yourself one or more, get to my inbox using the contacts that have been provided on the screen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, this is where we explore, learn, and speak this amazing language that we call Kidawida. See you in my next episode. Bye!